Hi, this is Daniel Lalevich, and this is my Music Industry Studies ACMB-130 presentation. When it comes to signing a record deal in the music industry, an artist can go one of two ways: a major label or an independent label. Now, the main overall pro with the major label is that you can exploit their economies of scale. They have excessive funding, which allows the artist to focus more time on their art. They plug you into a machine with vast arrays of networks, connections, and they just have size and reputation combined with the experience. To lead your career in the best possible path. Now, on the other hand, artists have to fight for attention, they can get shelved. They also can receive artist-unfriendly deals because of the lack of leverage and the power imbalance. And at the end of the day, it's an industry which is revolved around money, so business comes in front of art. With independent labels, the positives are as follows. You have more music rights, you can retain your masters and have more say what happens to music in a commercial sense. There's the belief in music over money, more pro-artist contracts due to less of a power imbalance and more leverage for the artist, and creative control, which I think most artists desire in this day and age. As for the drawbacks with signing to an indie, there is a lack of funding, meaning you will ultimately get less exposure because they can't throw money at marketing. There is disorganization due to the lack of size because there aren't as many sectors as you will find in a major label, that therefore they can't carry out all the actions necessary to create the perfect career. And lastly, just a lack of experience. Majors have been around for a very long time, have lots of experience through trial and error, and indies are still learning and growing, and unfortunately you are more susceptible as an artist to facing these errors and problems. When it comes to publishers in the music industry, there have traditionally been three roles. They actively look for ways in which their music can be used. This could be for public performance or sync uses. They basically champion their artist and find ways to get their music used. Now, once they find ways, they issue licenses for those who want to use the music commercially. And thirdly, they collect the income from the licenses and uses of their music. However, traditional roles of the publisher are changing, and they are looking for different ways to make money in this different marketplace. So now they cross over and do things that maybe a record label would do. So they provide financial support, they could help an artist record a demo, or link writers with other writers. All these things make signing a publishing deal more appealing to the artist. When it comes to Skepta, he has a recording deal with BBK, Boy Better Know. It started off as a collective, then formed into a label in late 2005. It is a grime label and was co-founded by Skepta himself and his brother JME. Since they have been active since 2005, it does mean that they have had the time to build up reputation. Also, Skepta is unapologetically boastful about his independence within the music industry, and I believe it's because he desires full creative control in every aspect of his career. BBK has built up a reputation working with the likes of OVO and ASAP Mob. As for his publishing deal, he is signed to a major publisher, Warner and Chappell Music. I believe they have been crucial to his success, allowing him to create a fan base all around the world. As Skepta has a very large catalogue of music and is a great writer, it is essential for him to have a major publisher. and it ensures that his career runs smoothly as they handle lots of admin such as rights registration, copywriting, all sorts. Also, Skepta's music is often used in UK synchronization opportunities, in such as movies like Gangsterdam or Shank. This may be a testament to Skepta being an iconic UK artist or simply the publisher doing a very good job. I also thought it would be key to mention that Skepta did receive the Songwriter of the Year award at the Ivor Novello Awards in 2017. Now, I think this is key because it's such a prestigious award and it really does show that Warner and Chappell are championing his music and getting him exposure as a great writer. When it comes to management in the music industry and creating a contract with your manager, first of all, it's important to get independent legal advice to ensure a fair deal for both parties. Now, in the management contract, important things are the length of the contract, how long it will last for, activities covered, so that will usually depend on what the manager specializes in, the territories covered, whether it be just a specific region or a worldwide global basis, and how much the manager is paid. And lastly, I wanted to mention the key man provision. This is a clause which names the manager as the artist's key man, meaning the contract can be terminated at any time if the manager is not regularly available to the artist, and this acts as a protection measure for the artist. Skepta is managed by Grace Ladoya, who is also the founder of Metallic Inc., a management company which manages the likes of UK R&B artist Mabel. So, because she manages many artists at once, or at least her company, this is where the key man provision may come into play. Grace is involved with several music-based community initiatives in London, and she looks to break the barriers for British independent music. And I thought this was a key point as it's quite homogenous with what Skepta is trying to do in the music industry. Managers can have many roles in an artist's career, and Grace acts as a brand consultant and filmmaker for Skepta, as that's what she specializes in. I think it's important to note that Grace and Skepta met and began working in 2014 when they met at a rap show. This means the relationship developed organically, and one thing that Skepta proves time and time again is that he looks for organic growth. Now, booking agents in the music industry have a few roles. They may seem simple, but they can be quite complex. First of all, they can represent one or several acts. Usually it's an agency, so they will be representing several acts, which can be good as they have experience in booking and touring. Also, they book live performances for an artist. This could range from radio performances, small gigs, or very big tours. Also, they operate in the middle ground between artists and fans, so they have to take into account where the artist wants to perform, but also realize where the fans are and where a good show can be created. And lastly, they have to convince the venues that their artist will generate the ticket sales, because that is the most important thing at the end of the day. When it comes to Skepta, he is under the Earth Agency, an independent agency founded in 2014. They work with the likes of Miss Banks, Beer Hunter, and AJ Tracy. Now, Skepta has been assigned his own agent, Rebecca Prochnick. I think it's important to note that it is an independent agency, since Skepta likes to maintain independence through his booking agents, through his management, through his record label. It's top to bottom, really. Skepta does many tours in a vast array of locations. He has toured in Australia, Japan, US, and Europe. Skepta is regarded as a great performer, and therefore I believe a booking agency is essential. Skepta is currently on a European tour called SK Levels, and Earth Agency have been organising and booking his live performances and tours for over 3 years now. Sponsorship agreements are very similar to all the other agreements in the music industry. So you have the term, how long the agreement will last for, exclusivity, does the artist get to work with other brands or is it exclusive to that one brand, the services, what specifically does the sponsor want the artist to do, territory, where will the sponsorship operate, was it on a global scale or regionally, creative control, does the sponsor want the artist to do something specific for them, like make a song, and of course the payment for the artist. Skepta's sponsorship campaigns are usually more than just about the music, they're about inspiring change. So he had a campaign with Levi's called Music and Revolution. He had a shoe collaboration with Nike, his third to date, because he is an iconic streetwear ambassador. And he also collaborated with the streetwear brand Uniqlo to bring a new line of clothes in 2017. The single that I researched was the track Shutdown, which I believe to be Skepta's most polarizing single to date, and was released on the 26th of April 2015 in order to promote his fourth studio album Konnichiwa. The track was accompanied by an official music video which debuted on Skepta's Vivo channel on YouTube. The single peaked at 39 on the UK singles chart and number 3 on the UK indie charts. It was named the best track of 2015 by The Guardian, and the track samples speech from Toronto artist Drake. It is safe to say the Grime MC pocketed a large portion of income from the release of this track. In terms of direct income, he received YouTube ad revenue for the music video, performance royalties from PPL, and publishing royalties from PRS since he wrote the song, and also the song was used for many sync opportunities such as Gangsterdam, the movie. As for indirect income, merchandise sales, album sales, and streams must have boosted because of the single release, and also ticket sales for the Konnichiwa tour definitely increased since the release of that single. Here is a breakdown of how the album went on to do. Very successful in terms of commercial success. The most notable stats being that the album went certified gold in the UK, selling over 100,000 units. It was ranked the best album of 2016 by Apple Music, and peaked number 1 on the official UK chart update. As for the conclusions with this case study, I believe there is a reoccurring theme of independence and organic growth with Skepta's timeline as an artist. He takes his time with everything, and that is shown by him growing the BBK label from scratch in 2005 up to what it is now. Also, even when the industry screams to follow the money, Skepta follows his gut and maintains independence and creativity, and as a result, the money does follow. Also, Skepta has been and still is pioneering the genre of grime and breaking down barriers significantly. He's a fashion icon, a grime champion, and a ruthless businessman.